Okay, welcome to the broadcast, everybody. So today I want to talk about organization as it relates to your dropshipping business on eBay. One of the things that comes to my clients' minds often and usually results in a question is when you do this strategy, we always teach you that volume is key, right? Volume is really the key to make all of this work. In other words, you don't have much of an eBay business if you've only got a handful of items listed, 25, 30, 40, 50 items. Even 100 items really isn't that many items listed. Our best clients have several hundred, and I've had a few that have had well over 1,000 listings active at once. And as you guys mull that over in your head, almost invariably, you spit out a question at me. And the question is this. It's, Trevor, how do I keep all of that organized? What do I do to make sure that I know where my products are coming from? You may be using 7 or 8 different suppliers, and so it's hard to keep track of what item is from where and what price, and whether it's still in stock or not, or how to get to that product page very quickly. So I want to talk about a little bit of organization, and I'll preface this with just saying that there's really no right way to do it. I don't tend to be the most organized when it comes to this stuff. In fact, I'm one of the least organized people when it comes to this stuff, and that's not a bad thing. That's just the way I like to run the eBay part of my business. So I don't have everything documented quite as well, whereas I've got other clients that document everything that they list, and they document it really well. So I'll share the pros and cons of doing it differently. Now, to answer one question that I think needs to be addressed right off the bat, I often get the question, okay, so I've got, multiple suppliers, and maybe let me take some notes so I can illustrate this a little bit better for you. Let me bring up word counter real quick. This will be my notepad for today. Okay, let's say these are your suppliers, right? Let's say Walmart is one, Amazon is one, Target is one, Wayfair is one, Hayneedle is one. What else? Grandin Road maybe is one. And let's do one more. Let's say Macy's is another. Okay, so these are your suppliers right now, and we'll say you've got, I don't know, 150 active listings. And the problem for you is you've got all these listings up. You make a sale, and you can't remember where that item was from, right? Maybe you sell a little outdoor bistro set, and you're looking at it, and you're just like, okay, great, I sold it. I have no idea where this is from. Here's the best way to fix that issue. If it's a Walmart item, create for yourself a little code. If it's an Amazon item, create yourself a little code. You're going to have a unique code for each supplier. So, for example, Amazon would be AMZ. And what you would do in all of your listings is in the description section of the listing. So you guys know what I'm talking about. When you're creating an eBay listing, they want the title, and they want the picture, and some item specifics in the description, and so on and so forth. In the description section, underneath the product description, if it's from Amazon, simply just put in this code, AMZ. And you could even disguise it further by doing a dash and then some number, okay? Now, what does that mean right there? AMZ-789-42882. Or 832. It means nothing other than to you, when you sell this item, you can quickly click on it to look at the item you sold, and in the description, you'll find that code, and what that should tell you is that, hey, this item's from Amazon. Go find it on Amazon. Easy as that, right? If it's if it's a Grandin Road item, GR dash and then make up a number. Nobody else is going to know what that means. So when somebody's reading through your product description, it's going to look like just an item number or a product code or a manufacturer's number. People won't care, but you'll know what it means, and you can put it down in small print at the bottom of your description. Do that, guys. And you can keep things very organized so that whenever you're making sales, you know exactly what suppliers they're coming from. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope that does. If it doesn't, stop me. The other thing that a lot of my clients will do, some don't go beyond that. Like this strategy right here alone, you could have 1,500 listings. Okay? And you could do this and effectively manage your store pretty well. One question I get, and I think this is a fair question, is how often do you go and check on your suppliers to make sure that the products that you have listed in your eBay store are A, still in stock, and then B, that their price hasn't changed on you? And I'll give you my answer. My answer is I don't check a lot. Because I don't. By this stage, I don't really need to. I've got really good suppliers that tend to be very consistent, and therefore I don't feel the need to check all that often. I may check once a quarter or so. Just do a general inventory on all my stuff and check once every 3 months or so. If you're newer and you're not managing quite as many listings, I would encourage you to check at least once a month, maybe even twice a month, just so you can get a feel for, are items going in and out of stock? Are prices changing on a regular basis? Getting a feel for that's going to be pretty important for you, because if you get a supplier that's just too inconsistent, it may be one that you decide you want to weed out, so you can make room for another supplier that's going to be better. Okay, so that's my recommendation on how often you can check. And if I have an item that goes out of stock or the price changes, I don't panic, right? We've talked about this in other trainings before. I'll just head over to something like google.com/shopping, like I'm doing now, which is Google's shopping network, and I'll perform a search here for the item, because Google's search engine will immediately find other websites that are carrying the same item, if there are any websites that exist for that item. Okay? It's a good way to find stuff when it goes out of stock. And believe me, you're not doing anything wrong if you're having items go out of stock. That is part of the game when it comes to retail drop shipping, or even drop shipping in general. But over time, that should lessen as you find and work with suppliers that are going to be more consistent, especially wholesale suppliers. Okay? All right. One thing that I've had a few clients really like, and I'm going to illustrate that for you today, is something called, and I'm going to make a note of it here. Here, let me write Google Shopping for you guys too. Google Shopping, there you go. Google.com/sheets or Google.com/docs. Now, how many of you guys who are here with me live right now have actually used those programs? Google Sheets, which is basically a free spreadsheet that you can use on Google, or Google Docs, which is basically a free, almost like a Word document program. It's a word processing program on Google that's just about as good as anyone that's out there. Those are great to use. So just real quickly, I'll give you an example of how somebody might use them. This is Google Spreadsheets right here, and I know this is kind of small, but I'm going to put in name of product, price, and location to keep this super, well, maybe I'll do this. Name, supplier, price, URL, okay? So the name of the product is XYZ product. We'll say the supplier is Walmart. The price maybe at the time is $69.99, so you track that. But here's the catch, guys. This is the one reason why my clients really like to do this, is they'll go to Walmart, they'll find the item, they'll actually find the product page. So I'm sitting on a product page right now, and they'll come up to the URL all the way up here at the very top. You guys see where I am, where it says www.walmart.com/IP/Jolly Rancher, so on and so forth. That's the URL, and they paste it right here in their spreadsheet. Now, what good does that do? Well, in the future, if they sell this item and they need to find it very quickly, they can refer to their spreadsheet and click on the link, and it'll open them up directly to that product page. And a lot of times my clients find that keeps them very well organized. So if you've got 150 items, you've got them all listed here. You've got the name, the supplier, the price, and the URL, and you can find them in a split second. And then if you need to do some inventory once a month or twice a month, you can go through your spreadsheet and check, boom, 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 really fast to make sure that everything is in stock and priced the right way. You don't have to use just Google Sheets. You can use google.com/docs, or I'm sorry, I put that address in /docs, and you can use that as well. That's more of a, again, that's more of a word processor type document. Looks like this if you're more comfortable with it. So guys, those are some of my organizational tips. I don't pretend to be the best organized, but I've met some of you who are far more organized and really love documenting everything, and these are some of my suggestions on what to document. I hope that helps. Good luck with your eBay organization, and we'll see you guys all next time.